Ready?
Doing good?
Yep. Today we were in shorts for the first day. The weather cooperated excellent, and the guys, I thought they did a good job. You're always a little rusty the first day, but we got a lot of things accomplished, and I was pleased with that. So I'll take any questions.
Coach, you open camp like this. Are you a push them hard from the get-go kind of guy, or you try to ease them into the routine a little?
We have different phases of practice. We're going to push them in certain areas, and then we're going to have walkthroughs in areas because you're doing so much teaching. What I want to have happen is practice 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't have 25 guys standing over there. I need to keep them going. So we push them in different phases extremely hard, and then some phases you back down, and it's a real teaching phase. So it's a combination.
Has that approach evolved over your time at CU? Is it much different than your first opening day practice?
Not much different than the first opening day practice. The only thing that is different is we only have 25 practices instead of 29. So that makes a big difference. You've got to put in situations a little earlier, so you have a walkthrough for situations and you recover it, where some of your situations you wait 3 or 4 days because you have that other time to make it up. So we did 2 minute today, worked it, understood it, went over it, where in the past we would have waited a couple of days to do all that. So you had to move all that up. So that is a little bit of a change for us in that factor.
So the guys responded well then?
They responded really well to it, and I thought they did an excellent job. You know, with our quarterbacks being so seasoned in 2 minutes, that really helps it run smooth, especially on offense. On defense, we play so many hurry-up teams that really you almost play 2 minutes the whole game sometimes, so it's not as big a deal as it used to be. But offense, all the understanding, defense really needs to understand the fundamentals of it, of keeping them in bounds, what the offense is going to try to do to you. As we get into it, we make up how good their field goal kicker is, where they got to get to, understanding all those type of things. So, but I thought they handled that situation well today.
Are you able to look at them after spring conditioning or summer conditioning? Feel like everybody came back in good shape.
Yeah, they're in good shape. Drew Wilson and the they called them the Balls Justice League. The guys teasing because they all got bald heads. But they did a great job with them this summer, and they're in good shape, and I feel good about that. Where they are, definitely.
Are you able to see the impact of those player-run practices and how much those guys got better through those?
Well, yeah. I mean, we were able to line up. I thought that the receivers and quarterbacks had a good feel for each other today. There wasn't a lot of drop balls or missed routes, which showed you they were doing that type of thing. Offensive line, while was good, but you're in, I call them pajamas out there. So offensive line, defensive line, you know, they're doing a little bit more running, a little bit more moving. Yeah, we're getting hand placement, we're doing all those things, but it's not quite as physical for them. But I felt like, to answer your question, yes, I felt like the mechanics of practice, the alignment, understanding, we didn't have hardly any jumping off sides, we didn't have any guys moving to other positions, getting confused, especially the first 2 groups, which I thought was very good.
Mike, you talked about the experience at quarterback. When you got a guy like Steven coming back as a starter for his second year, can you push him harder? Can you put more on him? How does that evolve?
He's pushed himself harder. I think is the key on that with the quarterback. And then, you know, Kirk Roper has done an excellent job. And then also, you know, the quarterbacks behind him push him. You know, they're good players. So I think that's all part of it. And but his understanding of the game, like I said before, he's gone from algebra to calculus. I went to calculus 3 at Georgia Tech. That's as high as I could go. I could barely get out of calculus 3, but he is doing that, and so are the other quarterbacks. So I'm excited what I see there. But we don't want to overload him. We want him to do the fine details of the offense, understanding that better.
Some of the players, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some of the players have mentioned they feel like the team is closer this year. Is that something you've noticed? Was that an emphasis that you wanted to kind of have with this team after last season?
Well, that's it's something that we've been working extremely hard on. I've been doing a lot of family groups. They did their own. The different family groups did their own music videos. You know, we had guys had to eat with each other. I had projects for them to do. So there was a lot of team building concepts. So you can't really be close if you don't know the guy. And if you don't know his hopes and dreams and his passions and what he's come from. And I believe that there's a big connection there. And I think they also understand that they're starting to really truly understand. I think they're farther ahead than other teams I've been associated with as far as how important everybody's role, how important everybody is. Everybody. And I've seen that, so that's been good. And our captains understand that.
think that was part of the growth of this program a year ago. And what I'm interested in is, what did you gain out of last year as a team? You know, you had the great year, then you had
right. You know, I guess that I gained a lot introspectively, looking at things I could have done better, things that our leaders on the team tell me they came and could have done better. I think one of the things that happened with us last year is, you know, we lost a super close game at UCLA. We really could have won, you know, should have, could have, would have. Arizona game, could have won. So if we win those two games, which the year before, you know, we beat Oregon in a close game and we beat UCLA in a close game, and we were 6-1 and rolling. If we would have won those two on a play here or there, we're 6-1 and we're rolling. So when that hit, I think a lot of the guys, we kind of, I don't know if it was splintered, we just kind of didn't go here, we kind of just stayed in that mode. And what I mean by that is we didn't find that missing glue. And that glue happens in the January and now and in the summer. And a lot of that glue happens away from here. Guys hanging out with each other, guys believing in each other. So me as a coach, I changed what our winter and spring and summer was like for our staff and myself. So all winter, every Monday, the entire coaching staff had to be in and set out recruiting. And since they had the recruiting change, we could do it with the early signing day. Okay, so they all were in. They met with them because everybody allows you to meet with them. They met with them. They were around them in the weight room. Every once in a while, you can have an occasional meals. They have them over their house. So get to connect. I came in every Wednesday and had every single person that touched our program was in the team meeting room, and we talked about what the values of our program are about. Told them a little bit about who I was, what we wanted. We did a lot of team building, a lot of community service, a lot of family groups, break up 2x2, and we went over a book called Extreme Ownership, and we did that all summer too. And so I think it was a benefit, and the kids really enjoyed it. They call it Max Minutes. They kind of tease me about it, but they love doing it. So it was a lot of fun. So I think those type of things have brought us closer together. And I know that'll help when times are good, times are tough, and somehow that glue will help us in the middle of the battle.
Okay, so what I took from what you just said is that maybe the difference between 10 wins and 5 wins might be a play here or there in a couple of key games. But and that's pretty small. Right. Everything that's behind that is...
Everything behind that gets you to those plays. Yeah. And guys and then if things are kind of unraveling in a game, which is going to happen, you're going to have a roller coaster game. Every game's that way. They find that there's not bickering and fighting and this and that. And they're like, here we go. Come on, move it. The other thing I've noticed on the practice field this year, which I saw a little bit before, but a lot today, was if a guy messes up, the guy wasn't getting on him, the guy was saying, hey, come on. And then if a guy did something that you really didn't know him, like, hey, put the ball away. Hey, make sure you take this step right. Hey, look at me, I'm giving you the signals. They're communicating with each other instead of worrying about peer pressure and all that, which is a big deal.